Sec, what are your thoughts on K to 12? We've asked this question many times during our committee hearings. Ang sagot sa amin is, you are still reviewing K to 12. It's sad, Sec, that we rolled it out without a proper impact evaluation, unlike 4Ps, which we did that properly. Ito, nagmadali, pinasok natin. You showed the slide earlier, only 20% of senior high school students are now working. Of course, we don't know ilan ba talaga ang nag-take ng TVL among senior high school students, but I think a big chunk of SHS students took TVL. I'm not sure, I think maybe half. So, if half is the base, marami pa rin ang hindi nakahanap ng trabaho. So, anong thoughts ninyo dito? Ako, offhand, if it did not work, are you open to actually, at grade 10, bakit hindi natin sila bigyan ng pagkakataon to take the college entrance exam? And if they qualify, why can't they go to college? And yung sigurado na gusto nilang mag-TVL, bakit hindi natin palakasin ang test, gumawa ng test the classrooms within the schools themselves para ma-strengthen ang senior high school? So, your thoughts, sir?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think that's a good idea to benefit our learners. My worry is they'll be discriminated against when they go abroad, because that was one of the arguments made when we passed the K. I was here in this chamber at the time. The father of the Senate President was the chair of basic education. I was the chair of higher education when we passed the expanded or the K-12 reform. And they were telling us that our engineers were not being hired as engineers abroad because they didn't have a 12-year basic exam. Even if they had finished the 4 or 5-year engineering degree, they would look at their basic education. It would be 10 years. And they would hire them as engineering assistants rather than engineers. So these were some of the issues raised that why we needed to go to 12 years, Madam Chair. But having said that, I think it's been very poorly implemented in the years since we passed the reform. Your colleagues here, Madam Chair, have mentioned the unfulfilled promises. Yung pangako na magkakatrabaho sila. Yung pangako na they will be able to earn a living wage to support their families. That hasn't really materialized because, as mentioned by Chairman Roman, NC1, NC2 sila. NC2 is novice. Hindi nila makukuha yung minimum wage sa NC2. So, we need to work on it. Unfortunately, there was a lot of political jockeying for inclusion in the senior high school curriculum at the time, in 2016, that it became everyone threw in the kitchen sink. All the professions wanted to ibababa sa general studies ng college, binaba lahat. So now we require 15 courses of all 4 tracks of senior high school. So magtitivet ang bata, magka-college ang bata, magsa-sports or arts track ang bata. They have to take 15 classes. And to illustrate, someone na papasok to become a baker or to work in hotel and restaurant will have to take pananaliksik sa Pilipino. Kumbaga, hindi na relevant dun sa kanyang kukunin. Kaya ang direksyon namin dyan, ay nadatnan ko na po, may study ang ADB jointly with DepEd and may recommendations po yan. That was given to me a few weeks ago. But the planned rollout is 2026 to 27 pa. So, sabi ko, kawawa naman yung ating mga senior high school na they will have to deal with this cluttered curriculum which is not responsive to the needs of employers in the next 2 years. So, I've ordered that we do the review, we fast-track the review, and we roll it out in 2025 to 26. I realize this will be very challenging, Madam Chair, because we have to change the materials, we have to train our teachers, and all the accompanying actions kasama po nitong pagbago ng curriculum. But we need to, because ako po, when I did my A-levels in the UK, we only had 4 subjects for 2 years. Yung mga anak natin na nag-baccalaureate, Kong Len, yourself, they studied in schools where they probably have an international type of curriculum. Mga 8 subjects lang ho yan eh. Sa Australia, 6 subjects lang ho yan. Sa Amerika, ganun din ho. And tayo, 15. So, and yung work immersion natin, 80 to 320 hours. Pero ang hinihingi ng industriya, 640 hours. So we need to declutter the curriculum, provide electives that the kids can really, they're at an age where they really can choose their own destiny. So we just provide them with the basics, I think. Reading and writing, A little bit of math, a little bit of science, a little bit of history, a little bit of physical education, a little bit of civics, good manners and right conduct. Yun na yun. I think, Madam Chair, pag yun ang binigay natin, then we give electives and then we give the work immersion. Tapos, one suggestion is for the sports and arts track, which comprise less than 1% or 1% of the universe of senior high school students. Dapat i-fold in natin sa academic track to provide a specialization. The way we provide a STEM specialization or an accounting and business specialization, we have a specialization for arts, we have a specialization for sports. Kasi the data shows that yung mga graduates nitong tracks na ito go on to general education anyway. They go on to college anyway. So, these are some of the ideas, ma'am. Medyo hilaw pa, lulutuin pa namin yung talaga. Pero minamadali na po namin dahil ayaw namin na there will be more kids under this burdensome curriculum which is not responsive to the needs of our students. It's not responsive also to the needs of our employers.